Captain's Log Supplemental. We're finally back from our away mission on the planet of.
Sir. Just real quick. I just have those duty rosters with the performance reviews. Could you just do a quick sign off on these?
Yeah. Sure. Here. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Oh my god. Okay, so Captain's Log Supplemental. We finally got back from our away mission to the planet of Phylexian 3. And
sir?
Yeah.
Hi, Captain. I need you to sign off on these transporter logs.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Captain's Log Supplemental. So we finally got back from our away mission on the planet of Phylexian 3.
Sir? Sir?
Yeah?
Excuse me, sir. It's your mother. She's requesting your presence in her quarters.
God. Yes, of course she is. Okay, tell her I'll be right there. Captain's Log Supplemental. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore. Don't bring your family on ships.
Welcome back, everybody, to Captain's Log Supplemental. I am Chris, and as always, am joined by co-hosts Rob and Stanford.
Hello.
Hi there.
As well as producer Mariah.
Hi there.
You took too long. You lost your part to say.
I was waiting for Rob to. God damn, his cutthroat tonight.
For the uninitiated, we are a Star Trek rewatch podcast cruising through all the Star Trek in chronological order. How are we all doing today?
Good. My brachioradialis are very, very tired. Right? Radiali? I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Silksong.
I was going to ask if you're arm wrestling again.
Nope. No, my arm wrestling days are behind me. Yes. For anyone who is uncertain, Silksong is incredible. Like, it's good. I might even like it more than the first game. And I played the fuck out of the first game, too.
Yeah, I didn't play the first game, but I have been playing the second one, and it's great fun. Yeah, very much enjoying. And I'm not usually one of... I've tried to play kind of, the challenging games, quote, where you just die a lot and you eventually figure it out. And I'm not usually a fan, but I'm enjoying this tremendously.
I find and so I can already hear what Mariah is saying. Like, yes, I am enjoying myself, although there is a lot of swearing.
I just told Rob, it doesn't sound like he's enjoying the game from the perspective.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, but like that when he finally beats that boss,
oh my God,
like
it feels
12
so
times
good.
too.
God, you just come in your pants right there. But
Is that what that is? Okay.
The one thing I will say about Hollow Knight and Silksong is that, like, unlike some games which are like famously challenging or tough, I feel like these ones do a good job of making it feel like you almost had it. Even when, like, you genuinely didn't. Like, you were like, oh, I was only a third of the way through that boss fight. I thought I was almost done. But I
got it, though.
But, like, I got the rhythm. I've got it figured out. Like, and this game is really good at that.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those things, too, where, like, because I hear people complaining, and I'm not... It's almost like, man, I could have been a contender. Like, I don't know how good I would have been at these games before my fucking disability. But, like, if I can play it with my shitty hands, like, it can't be that hard, right?
Are you not playing it, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't really like platform or Metroidvania kind of games.
Gotcha.
So wait, people are complaining about, is it as challenging to, like, control, or what exactly?
People are generally finding the game hard. And, like, harder than Hollow Knight.
See, I don't have a frame of reference there.
Yeah, the biggest complaint I've heard is that, like, you know how, like, most shit does 2 damage when you get hit by it?
Yeah.
That's kind of the opposite of what it was like in Hollow Knight. In Hollow Knight, 2 damage was pretty rare.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, because, like, outside of, like, the weak, like, enemies, like everything does 2 damage. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. If it's got like a swing arc thing, it's 2 damage.
Like I'm surprised when I take 1 damage.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
oh, that wasn't enough.
Oh, that
That's
was
fine.
that was downright pleasant.
Yeah, especially when you have 5 total damage, like at the beginning, and for quite a while.
Yeah. And that harkens like that slower progression is kind of how Hollow Knight was too. Like that slower, like getting your lives up and stuff. But like, yeah, things do a lot more damage. However, I don't know. The enemies don't feel as randomly punishing as they did in Hollow Knight. Like, I don't know. They just feel more understandable. It genuinely, like, it feels like they've refined their content. Like they've just gotten better at this.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, Hades 2 comes out tomorrow, so man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've got like 55 hours in Silksong, and there are 3 acts, and I'm still in Act 2. Although, like, I'm just trying to finish a bunch of shit before I finish Act 2. So, like, I don't know how many hours I'm going to be putting in this game.
Is Hades 2? Didn't you all play the beta version?
Yeah,
it's been early access. 1.0 comes out tomorrow, and they've slowly been like adding additional chapters to the story as it's gone on. So, kind of the final chapter of the story.
I 100%ed the first Hades, so I'm looking forward to that game finally being done, so I can just roll through it.
Oh yeah. Well, as a reminder, we please rate, review, subscribe, tell all your friends, do all those things that spreads the word of the podcast, as that helps us out tremendously. Today's episode is episode 8 of season 2 of Discovery. If memory serves, and no, I'm not saying that as if I just remembered the title. That is the name of the title.
Did you write that joke into your notes? That was excellent.
I did not. That came to me just now, so that's straight off the dome.
It's funny when you said the title. I thought, did Chris forget what the name was?
See,
yeah.
Oh man. So we start with a little kind of high def TOS recap thing.
This is the only recap I have watched.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Same, yeah. So, real off the top, fun fact here.
Oh shit! When there's some trivia you can't miss, is a fun fact with Chris.
So this episode won an Emmy for outstanding prosthetic makeup for a series or limited series, movie, or special.
It's got to be those throbbing veins in those fucking Delosian heads. God, there's so much throbbing happening.
Oh yeah. Speaking of throbbing, we get to see the recap of The Cage, which we've obviously covered in this podcast already. We get to see their lovely throbbing veins in their head in the old costume. So as kind of a preview for what we get to see in this episode. And we kind of just get a refresher on what happened in that cage. So this
and then the most abrupt of transitions.
Yes. So funny, a couple things there actually. I was reading on this that this kind of TOS recap thing was actually initially meant to be like a flashback for Pike.
Which it was kind of
mid episode.
Oh,
right.
It was kind of caged that way because of the transition,
right.
But doing it mid episode I think would have been a mistake.
Yes, and that's kind of what they came to, kind of a decision on. They're like, it didn't quite fit what they wanted to do, and so kind of as like a compromise, they put it in as a recap and kind of did that kind of fade into Pike is to kind of make it think like he's thinking about it. Timeline wise, this is happening 3 years after The Cage happened, because Discovery is set 10 years before the original series. Which later episodes of Star Trek, The Cage is revealed to have taken place 13 years before the original series. So,
right, okay.
Where was I? Oh yes. So yep, we are on the bridge. Pike hopes that Burnham is finds Spock. He's ends up talking to Captain Leland. No, I'm sorry, not talking to Captain Leland. Leland talks to Starfleet Command.
You can tell we're on the evil Section 31 ship because the camera spins around all evilly.
Yes, it does. So while Leland's talking to Starfleet Command, Starfleet Command's like, "Yep, look at that Burnham doing a mutiny again."
I
So
like
I have a
how.
question.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like, is it actually a mutiny if you didn't mutiny against the captain?
It's a good question. I mean,
I
I
think
guess
mutiny.
technically she did.
I think mutiny is against any superior officer, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
I mean, Leland is the captain of that ship.
That's
I mean,
true.
It's not her.
Yeah, but she's not
commanding
on
officer.
her. She's not in his crew, though, right? Like,
Right. Yeah.
but I like
So-
how what's her face? Giorgio was like saying something about like, I was an empress. And Leland goes, "How'd that work out for you?" Fucking funny
Yeah.
line. Fucking
Yeah.
funny line.
Yeah, but then he gets all butthurt about like her talking during the meeting with the Starfleet Command and them liking her suggestions and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
He's,
like, we
all
were
side-eyeing
asking her, not you, douche nozzle.
So Giorgio ends up sending a message to Discovery, telling Pike about what's going on, and then giving Pike orders to investigate the probe wreckage, which is just kind of a diversion for Discovery to keep them busy while Section 31 tries to track down Burnham.
Yeah, and Giorgio like humble brags at the end of this in a really bizarre, out of the nowhere way because she signs off this transmission with "I'm really busy."
You're right.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Like, no one asked you to do anything. What are you what?
Which is funny is like at the end of it is like, well, I'm busy, bye.
Yeah, I'm really busy.
So Pike goes to Ash, questions him about his past relationship with Burnham, and kind of what their deal is. Ash says his feelings won't jeopardize the mission, though.
He's
Cool.
like, yeah, we were in a relationship, but then I kind of abused her. I don't know.
Right. He kind of danced around that part of it. Yeah. He's like, I lost her trust, but that is one way to put it. Cut to Burnham and Spock on their way to Talos 4 on their shuttle. Burnham wakes up Spock, and as they arrive at the coordinates, surprise, it's a black hole. But just kidding, it was an illusion because, we're on Talos 4.
Fucking Burnham's like, was that an illusion? Yes, Burnham. What the fuck? It just vanished in front of your eyes. What kind of question is that?
Yeah,
Maybe she thought that they traveled through the black hole and they came out a white hole.
Yeah. Yep. And then she's like, well, looks like we're through the looking glass now because we can't just fucking leave the Alice in Wonderland references alone.
My note here at the end of the cold open is obligatory Alice in Wonderland quote.
Yep. And then cut to intro. When we get back from intro, on Discovery, Stamets walks around the ship with Culber. Culber seems less than excited with life in general. Just mean mugging everywhere, very upset about everything.
So
they happen to pass Ash, who he glares at as well.
Yeah, he does. I will say, and I know that I am biased because it's Dr. Sexy, but this might be some of the finest acting this franchise has ever seen out of Hugh's actor in this episode.
It's definitely a much more complicated and kind of nuanced kind of emotion and feeling he's trying to kind of get across to the audience. So I don't disagree.
I really like the dynamic. Well, I feel bad about it, but I really like the acting dynamic between Stamets and Culber here. I feel like they did a really great job of displaying a really hard situation for a relationship to be in.
Yes. Although I will note later that boy, sure would be nice if we had some fucking therapists on these ships.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Pike is searching for Burnham and Spock while also completing their orders to search the wreckage of the probe. They haven't recovered any probe parts yet somehow. And I'm pretty sure that's the last time we talk about the probe in this episode.
I think so, yeah.
So,
did you hear what Irem said about the probe?
Who's Irem?
The robot lady.
The cyborg lady?
Got it. Yeah, her name is Cyborg Lady because I am not
Cyborg
keeping
Lady.
her fucking name straight. No.
Anywho.
What did she say?
She said that the damn thing used SQL injection attacks on their database.
What?
So
She actually said
yeah.
sequel injection attack.
Sequel injection. So that means that hundreds of years in the future, sequel is still the standard querying language.
I like how not
Amazing.
only is it like the standard querying language, but an attack that has been like pretty easily prevented in today, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, is giving them trouble.
Yep.
They just looked up like hacking terms.
Yeah, right.
Insert the first thing.
To give them a little benefit of the doubt, I assume it was like a little Easter eggy nod kind of thing instead of like
Dude, I'll take it. This is like the first time my job is relevant in Star Trek.
There you go. Oh man. So yeah, back on Talos 4, Spock and Burnham have landed.
Oh man,
Burnham goes out to take a look around.
Talos 4 looks fantastic when it's not the 1960s.
It really does. Almost as if it's actually outside and not on a set.
And not just like a painted backdrop, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So like I know they had the initial recap at the beginning of the episode, and then they have like all of the fancy new CGI stuff going on now, right? I feel like they did a really great job of improving but still honoring the original material.
I agree.
Here.
I was thinking that between like the flowers, which hey, I always say, oh hey look, singing flowers.
Yeah.
I like how everyone has to touch them.
Between
and then smile
that
like Spock.
and right. And and the the prosthetic outfits of the Telosians, I think, were done really, really well to make them look kind of similar to the original, but also more cool and believable and not hokey,
right?
Like the originals were. So yeah, absolutely agree there. Where was I? Oh yeah, I saw the flowers. And then we get another character from the cage.
Vina. some random tart boards the shuttle wall.
She goes to say hi to Spock.
She's in like a thigh high fucking skirt, like.
Yeah. I mean, they kept the wardrobing for her from the original. Burnham confronts her on the shuttle, and we get kind of Burnham gets filled in by Vina of the brief history of the Enterprise and Talos 4's previous encounter.
I like how Vina is like twirling her hair, like, so hey, is Pike gonna swing by maybe?
I've been fucking his illusion for the past 3 years, and I'd like the real thing this time. Sorry, spoilers. Anyway, where does it say? Quick trivia note here. Wilson Cruz, which is Culber, and Melissa George, who plays Vina in this episode, appeared on 100,000 Heartbeats in 2016, where he played her soon-to-be ex-husband's gay lover.
Jesus.
Crossover there. So anyway, long story short on that, the Telosians and Vina want Spock to be beamed down to their kind of I don't know, layer. It's very layer.
They're like
vibes.
They're like dimly lit hospital fucking lobby with the water feature. Yeah.
It's a layer. Yeah. So they can fix his wonky brain. So
I like when they go downstairs, like the Telosians are psychically talking, and Burnham's like, "Do you have to talk like that?" And then, like, out of nowhere, this like sexy deep voice comes out of this Telosian. He's like, "No, we don't have to." It's like, God damn.
So yeah, I had a note here. The Telosians' makeup looks pretty awesome. They do a different kind of weird pulsing. Now they have like light pulsing in their head. Instead of like the fucking like throbbing veins.
No. They definitely, the light pulsing I think was just the watering, like water effect. Their veins were throbbing whenever they were like doing the psychic shit.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
There was definitely a lot of throbbing.
See, I feel like it was there, but it was much more toned down than in the original.
Okay,
it spiked whenever they were doing specifically like tough psychic things, like when they were diving into the memories and shit.
So they quickly diagnose that Spock is experiencing time differently. For their help to fix him. Yeah, I mean, why spend more time on that? It is what it is, right? for their aid in healing his brain, they want Burnham and Spock's memories of their childhood experiences and trauma. Because they're messy bitches who
they're
love the
messy
drama.
bitches. That's what I had as a note. It was like the Telosians are begging for tea because they are messy bitches.
Yep, exactly. While Burnham does resist at first,
Yina says it's better not to resist, which is a yeesh kind of sentence.
Also, that's like straight out of the cage too. She definitely says that there. And then she's like, "Well, look at my scars, and they make me so I don't have to see them. They're cool, so do it." And Burnham's like, "Yeah, right."
As may not surprise you, I have a note here. First of all, obviously the moral take home of Star Trek Discovery is being disabled is scary, but like we already knew that. But like, she doesn't look as fucked up as she did in the 60s.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
Which kind of makes it worse in a way, because it's like she's just like mildly ugly, I guess, in terms of like classic conventional attractiveness. And that's it. Like, she doesn't have the hump. She doesn't have like the half melted face. She just looks like a vague.
She just has some like facial scarring, basically.
Yeah. And it's like rather than being this hideous monstrosity, I decided to live with the Telosians forever.
I don't know if you remember from the original one, like in the original The Cage episode, she was explaining that like the Telosians didn't really understand human anatomy, so they just gotta reattach stuff wherever.
They kind of hand waved that here because she was like, they found it like this and did their best. It's like, okay,
they got the scans from the original Enterprise crew that came down, and they just fixed her after they left, so it's fine now.
Couldn't do anything about that fucking face, though.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. So yeah, cut to Spock narrating a flashback describing when he first started seeing the Red Angel, when Burnham ran away as a child.
My notes here I was like, okay, exposition time. Jesus fuck, what the hell is that?
that would be the creepy bug monster that would have murdered Burnham if the Red Angel didn't intervene. Because damn,
was a couple of miles from the house? Why are Vulcans living next to these things?
As I say, man, they got some crazy shit on Vulcan with the Salats and whatever the fuck that thing was. Jesus,
God damn.
They put some CG money into that bug monster too.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do a Salat though. Like.
Right? Like, that cannon's already out there. What are we doing? Yeah, so then it guided him to an ice planet where he mind melded with the Angel, where he saw
through a helmet.
The end. Yeah. Yeah, through the helmet, yeah. So anyway, he was shown the end, quote unquote, where basically lots of planets get fucking exploded.
So the first planet is obviously Earth. The second planet was Vulcan. Do we know what the other two planets were?
I think one was Kronos.
I thought they were going to be like Andoria and...
I think one was Andoria.
Talar? Talar? Is that the Tellarite homeworld?
Sure.
But like, I don't know, was it Andoria? It didn't look cold enough.
There was one. There was a blue one, which I assumed that had rings.
One. Yeah, it was Earth, then Vulcan, then blue, and then purple, or something like that. Maybe.
I think one was Kronos.
Okay, maybe the last one was Kronos.
Yeah, I think it was Kronos. I think the blue one with rings was Andoria, because doesn't Andoria have rings?
The gas giant Andoria is like Andoria's. Yes, they're the moons of Andoria, so they actually live on a moon of a gas giant. I think the gas giant's got rings, but I don't know for certain.
Okay.
So the homeworld for the Tellarites is Tellar Prime.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Did you know that off the top of your head, Rob?
No, I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to call you a super fucking nerd.
Man. Yeah, that's only with Star Wars stuff. He has that all.
Yeah, he does.
So anyway, Burnham passes out shortly after sharing these visions with Spock. We then cut briefly over to Stamets and Culber in their quarters.
I am super judgy right here.
Culber describes his feelings of disassociation, and Culber doesn't seem to be dealing just generally well with reincarnation, which, absolutely, totally get it. You had notes here?
Oh well, I'm trying to decide if I want to be a nice person, but nah, that's not fun. I don't want to be like gatekeepy or whatever, but eating dinner on a sofa at a coffee table makes you a bad person.
What?
Damn.
I think it's my own trauma.
Hot
but
take.
like,
I mean, I've eaten my chair dinner, but it's not like usually it is a family we eat at the table, but I've eaten many a meal from my chair.
I'm just saying. Stamets could have tried a little harder.
I mean, there was a table like right next to them.
Yeah.
Matthew.
So I know you haven't visited our apartment yet, Matthew, but we don't actually have a dining table because we had to make room for George. So we frequently eat at our couch.
Like, that's the only way Rob eats.
Yeah.
Unless he comes over here. Which I don't know why he would want to again.
No.
God damn.
Yeah, now you feel bad, don't you, Stanford?
I mean, like, not a lot, but like a little bit, I guess.
So yeah, after their little I don't want to say tiff, but basically it's Culber being just angry about everything and Stamets just not understanding why at all.
And maybe now hear me out, okay? Maybe the ship needs a fucking therapist.
Maybe. I mean, it's not like they go through traumatic ordeals on the daily basis. In the captain's quarters, Pike and Ash are talking. Ash tries to convince Pike to let Burnham work kind of on her own to resolve things with Spock, as he views it as safer.
I cannot figure out what Tyler's motivations are. They seem to be swapping back and forth a lot.
They do. I agree. Yeah. It's Section 31 aligned, except when it comes to Burnham.
But except for that last episode where it definitely was both. Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
crazy. He thinks that, Discovery looking into her, trying to find her, will only shine a light on her and attract Section 31 more, which, okay. Anyway, in the corridors, Saru informs Pike about an unauthorized transmission out of Discovery.
Yeah,
and so of course,
several petabytes of fucking data. I feel like the array shouldn't be allowed to do that.
So that's a lot of data. It's a lot of data.
I feel like the array should be like, hey, no, that's not what I'm for. Like, do you know how much fucking money it's going to cost for that much data overage? Like, Jesus Christ.
Money's not a thing in the Federation.
That's when it is. It's a good joke, man. It's a good joke.
Anyway, back on Talos, Burnham wakes up and tries to talk to Spock. She does fit in a little razz about his beard here as well.
Oh my God. So my note here is her saying, do you actually think the beard is working? Which, okay, good joke. Good joke. My next note is, and yes, it is working. He looks incredible.
Yeah, it's a good beard. It's a good beard. A little scruffy. I'd like it probably a little bit tighter, a little more clean lines, but not bad at all. They discuss the Red Angel situation and the possible future they saw. Also, Spock is not interested in resolving their past issues at all. He
holds this completely illogical grudge.
Yes, yeah. He mentions that the Red Angel was human because he kind of, when they mind melded, he got human thoughts. But nothing more specific than that, just human. The Telosians come back right on cue so they can explore Spock's memories more.
I like how these scenes are like the three Telosians who are standing in what I can only describe as Telosian formation. And Vina, who's just kind of there, because she really doesn't have, she can't do anything. She's just kind of
the human liaison.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But also the guys are talking straight to him, so, I don't know. She's like a booth babe.
She's the warm-up act for the Telosians.
She's the eye candy.
Yeah. She's like the C-3PO of Talos 4.
What?
Oh, man. Human Telosian relations? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Fucking dorks.
So they're cut to Spock as a child doodling on the... Oh, wait, no, not as a child. Here. This was when he was in the padded room.
Right.
in the Federation hospital or whatever, doodling on the floor crazily.
Do you know how hard I yearn to just scrawl diagrams and shit across like a good surface? Like, fuck.
Seen it so many times.
It looks so cathartic.
Right? Just dump your brain on there.
It's wonderful.
Would you say, Rob?
I love my whiteboard at work. It's pretty wonderful.
Man. I feel like if I were able to like stand and whatnot, like I would probably be a pretty big whiteboarder.
So as he's doodling, a doctor comes in and says that things he's seeing are real. They're seeing these signals. At this point, Spock decides that he's not crazy and he needs to leave. But the doctor's like, whoa. Section 31 is coming to transfer you, which is, I'm sure, totally cool and legal, and you can't leave.
I will say it's actually kind of interesting because if you listen to the dialogue, she doesn't actually say he can't leave because I think he is theoretically there voluntarily, right? She's like, that would be
she doesn't say it outright, but she does have two goons with him.
But yes, and then he does this the Vulcan nerve pinch looks badass when it's done at like a martial arts speed. Like,
right.
He just fucks these guys up.
Yeah. Yep. He just knocks them out pretty quick. Specifically not killing them, as he is accused of doing. My note here was... my note here for the next scene was, I'm sure this will go well, which is...
I have... Hugh is about to bully the shit out of Ash, because he, like, dumps his lunch.
Yeah, he does. On Discovery, Culber confronts Ash quite angrily, just throwing his food tray. He's like, hey, I was eating that. And just throwing, like, flipping tables and shit.
I have the same note throughout this scene and into the next scene, which is no one's gonna do anything. No one.
Right.
This room filled with professional military officers are just gonna watch this happen without even a word of like, hey, gentlemen. Like, I have seen grown people get into fights and like seen people be like, whoa, like in a workplace. Yeah, and like nobody. Everyone's just like, well, we're gonna watch this shit go down.
That's the dual purpose of that room, as you recall, is free fights.
Free fights.
It's, as you recall, is when Burnham first arrived on Discovery. Also, no.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, because Tilly does kind of go to like get in between and kind of try to stop things, and she was like, "Let him cook."
Yeah.
This needs to happen.
He does his best impression of the "let them fight" meme from Godzilla.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Saru's like, I kind of want to see this happen. Like, just give me a second. I got money on this.
So after they tussle around quite a bit, where Ash is trying not to hurt Culber, and Culber is definitely trying to hurt Ash. Culber says he kind of gets frustrated after they kind of, I guess, tucker themselves out. Culber says he doesn't know who he is anymore, and kind of goes slumps on a chair somewhere in the mess hall. After that, Pike questions Saru about his decision and points out, and Saru's like, well, there's no manual for when,
bullshit. Bullshit. There is absolutely guidelines for handling unresolvable conflicts between people in the military. Like, that is a real thing that exists. There are forms and shit. Like, this is something, and there are just as many forms for civilian organizations as well, because I understand that supposedly Starfleet isn't a military. But, like, there are absolutely guidelines for resolving, like, personal conflicts that are, like for dealing with unresolvable personal conflicts between, like, coworkers.
Anyway, Pike's like, no. Let's do it differently next time. He's like,
let's not settle differences with violence. And I'm like, but settling differences with violence is like the Starfleet like way. That's their MOS.
we come in peace. Shut up. And Pike also points out, like, maybe you would have made a different decision before you evolved or whatever.
What a worthless statement.
I really hate that they're still saying that he evolved. It really bothers me.
Yeah. That too.
Yeah. When he gets to his quarters, Pike is surprised by Vina.
He's like, yeah, what the fuck? Because she
Yeah.
just shows the fuck up.
Just shows the fuck up. She tells him she's been. Well, this is my note. She tells him she's been banging his illusion since he left Talos 3 years ago.
My note is, it's illusory, of course. I asked them to give you a bigger dick, though. It was nice.
Anyway, he doesn't seem disturbed by that for some reason. By the way, he's like, "Good for you."
I hope my
Good
illusion's giving you the what for. Like, this is great.
They do a communication back to Talos where Burnham fills Pike in on the actual events that happen.
Oh wait, actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
So there's definitely this like. Is he hitting on Vina? Like it sounds like he's like, I could go bang Vina right now. Isn't he currently dating what's her face?
I don't think we've seen her yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
We haven't seen her yet.
She doesn't show up till Strange New Worlds. But understand that like the first episode of Strange New Worlds happens like the next day after Discovery ends. And based on their relationship, they must have been dating for months, right?
So like, yeah, I got the same kind of impression, Stanford, because I was like, what? Why is he acting like she's the one that got away?
Right.
Like she's the high school crush that like, just never worked out. Now he's got a second opportunity.
Just because
that's what happened in that episode, remember?
The Telosians like made her pretty enough that he could stifle his vomit long enough to have sex with her.
Anyway, where was I? We get back to Talos.
Oh, this is where the Telosians' head veins start really pulsating.
Yeah, Spock says that they need to follow the Angel's design, and that it's time that they come and get Spock and burn him. Back in the mess hall, Stamets talks to Culber in this little sad chair. Culber says the version of him that was with Stamets before is dead, and that Stamets needs to move on. Weird breakup, but okay.
Well, and this is the moment where I was like, fucking hell. Because that part is what it is. But actually, the thing that is most interesting about this little dialogue is Hugh saying, like, my hand hurts. And Paul's like, let's get that fixed. And he says, no, because I finally fucking feel something. Yeah. Because he's just been not feeling anything since he got back. Right. And it's a very powerful moment.
Where was I? Oh, yeah.
Yay, depression.
Woo! Pike orders a jump to Talos to go retrieve Burnham and Spock.
We haven't done a mushroom jump in a while.
And we're not going to hear either because something is wrong with the spore drive. There's some manually introduced corruption into the system, says one of the bridge people. I forget which one. As they review the evidence around this, all of it points to Ash as the one sending the transmission because his codes or whatever are on it and sabotaging the drive.
I like how Ash just happens to come onto the bridge right now looking guilty as fuck.
Right, like, what's everybody staring at me for? What's going on, guys?
He always looks like that.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, no one in the entire history of this fucking show ever thinks, like, why would he use his own command codes? That's kind of dumb.
Right.
Like, how many times are command codes planted and people are like, hey, it was your command codes. What other explanation could there possibly be? Like, what the fuck?
Yep. So,
like, again, where are all the security cameras?
Hey, those aren't allowed, okay? It's too intrusive.
It's too secret.
Yep. Anyway, Pike orders Ash confined to quarters. They go ahead and set course for a starbase near Talos and warp there with a plan to alter course midway to throw people off. This didn't end up mattering at all, so I have no idea why they even said it.
I guess, that's a good point, because Section 31 was on them anyways.
Yep. Anyway, Iram's eyes glow red creepily, end scene.
And there's some weird machine noises.
Mm-hmm. On Talos, they get ready to depart. Burnham says she has to pay the troll toll first.
The Telosian's back there looking all like memory horny. Like, oh yeah,
you gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get that boy's soul. Cut to a memory of Burnham leaving and Spock trying to stop her. She gives them the old go on, get speech.
This
then
shit.
Then she
this
says
shit
some racist
worked.
shit.
Like
Yeah.
the cutting, the editing, the switching between the children and the adult actors and shit. This was a really well done sequence.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah, I agree. My note here is, damn, no wonder he doesn't like her anymore.
Yeah, because he's like, you weird little half breed. Like, Jesus, Burnham, fuck.
Yeah, it was rough. After they relive that, she apologizes for what she did. He's like, it's fine. I don't even fucking care anymore. I'm better for it. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Vina tells them that Discovery is almost there, but there's a ship close behind them. It's one of those goofy ass Section 31 ships. Surprise, surprise. Leland, sends communication over to Discovery and tells them to stand down. They kind of both arrive at Talos and do a little transporter tug of war on Burnham and Spock.
I have questions about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we find out that we gotta trust the Talos. Actually, you finish up the sequence and then
Okay. All right. So transporter tug of war. Leland's like, you better release your lock or we're going to tear him in half. And then Vina kind of like talks to Pike telepathically and says, you have to let them go. It's the only way.
Why does she have to be cryptic about it? Can't she just tell him the fucking plan?
It's an illusion. Just let it happen. Yeah.
She's being a cryptic tart about it. Like, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So Pike orders them to disengage the transporter. Spock and Burnham appear on the bridge of the Section 31 ship. Leland's like, good job for following my directions. Just to wait for disciplinary action. And of course, shortly thereafter, that we see that they are indeed illusions that got transported onto the Section 31 ship, and the real Burnham and Spock have arrived on a shuttle on Discovery.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what were the transporters tug of warring with then?
The illusion?
It's an illusion.
So this is the thing. It's like,
well, this is like in the beginning of the episode too, when they have that like black hole thing and like the ship's instruments are getting gravitational distortions and shit.
But I can understand that because it's Burnham's perception of the ship's instruments, right? I get that. Okay. But so I can understand if the Telosians are like, I'll just make them think their transporters locked onto what they think they're locked onto. I get that. But then why the tug of war thing? Why wouldn't the Telosians just have Section 31 think they succeed and then take off? So it's this weird, they were, because the reason it happened is because the writers are trying to pull a fast one on the audience. That's the reason, right?
It is, yes.
But A, trust the audience. We're not stupid. B, it didn't work, right? It would make more sense if Section 31's transporters just worked instead, and they're like, oh, they got it to them first or whatever. But this whole because then you get this weird the transporters are tug of warring, which obviously they're not. That's a Telosian illusion that's happening. But then Vina's got to go in and be like, hey, let them go. But it's a Telosian illusion. Can't the Telosians just make it stop working? What the fuck are we doing?
Reasons. Anyway.
Anyways, excellent episode. 4 out of 5.
Hey, we're not done yet.
Sorry.
Hold on. When the shuttle gets on, Pike and Spock say, good to see you to each other. I have a note that says Burnham did the brow raise. I can't remember what that was in reference to.
It's because it was about the smile. He noted that Spock was smiling, right. And then Burnham did the Vulcan eyebrow raise.
Right, yeah. Then we kind of cut to the Section 31 ship where Giorgio regales Leland with her tales of how she fucking nuked those dumbass Telosians when they tried to trick her with illusions.
And their flowers.
I like how Leland...
She did specifically say they're flowers, didn't she?
Yeah, they're dumb flowers.
Yeah.
I like how Leland is like, why didn't you tell me about the Telosians? Does Section 31 not know about the Telosians? What the fuck?
Good question. Anyway, time to scoot for disco. And the crew is on board is like, yep, we're totally good with disobeying orders. Let's do it. And
okay. Pike gives his little, hey, we're going to disobey orders speech to like the 6 people on the bridge. And those people are like, yeah, no, we're good. Like, let's go. There's like hundreds of people down below. Like, do you think any of them get a fucking say in this?
Hey, they
Nope.
don't matter. What are you talking about? Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
They're all red shirts. It's fine.
And yes, now is the end of the episode, sir. All right. Scale of 1 to 5, 0 is threshold. What is your scores for this one?
Go ahead, Stanford, since you already started.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. I almost wanted to give it a 5. I think like it was good. The plots were interesting. They were well told. Hugh did an incredible job. And like we advanced the overall plot without being stupid. I don't like Section 31. I find Giorgio to be kind of annoying. So like, that kind of pulled it down a little bit. But otherwise, like, solid episodes. Good stuff.
Yeah, I also gave it a 4, also verging on a 5. That was pretty funny. I really liked how they handled the relationships between Stamets and Culber and Spock and Burnham in this episode. I felt like they did a lot of work kind of like explaining who they are and why they're acting the way that they are. Like they did a very good job of showing and not telling, it felt like.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't think I have too much to add to what you guys said. I was, fuck it, I'll give it a 5. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think this is my favorite Discovery episode so far.
Even more than Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad?
That was good.
Episode.
That was a good episode. But I think while that was a very good, fun episode, I think there was better, kind of deeper things in this episode between kind of the emotional storylines that were explored, the fun callbacks to the cage, great special effects, and everything that they did there. So yeah, it was a highly enjoyable episode to me.
IMDb gave it a 4.
It's a good one. Well, when we come back, we'll get into a little deep dive. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so for today's deep dive, since I had mentioned earlier that this episode won an Emmy for kind of costume design and effects, I thought we'd do a little deep dive into the makeup effects of Discovery. I started looking into specifically this episode and kind of branched out from there. But the makeup effects department heads, at least at the time that they won the award, were Glenn Hetrick and James McKinnon, along with Nicola Bendry, Chris Bridges, Rocky Faulkner, Mike O'Brien, Neville Page, and Hugo Villaseñor. At the time, they were up against, for that Emmy, the other teams from American Horror Story, Apocalypse, Chernobyl, Fosse Verdon, and Game of Thrones. I'd found some interesting interviews with Glenn Hetrick, who was kind of the head of that department for the show, and several other Star Trek shows, actually. And I thought it was very interesting. This particular interview was by Gold Derby, but in it, Hetrick mentions that he has been a lifelong Trekkie, and working on the show was a dream come true experience for him. With the show, you're making a major motion picture every episode or every 2 episodes. He said the sheer volume and scope of designs that a show like this demands each season is tremendous. The silicone makeups they use that they're doing for the show for characters that work for 2 episodes used to be reserved for feature film level kind of main villains only. And in this, they're pulling them off in weeks. So I guess it's a much more time constrained setup for these highly technical and very detailed costumes and makeups and prosthetics.
They must be really excited when they have like an alien character that's recurring, so they don't have to keep making them.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they do kind of have to keep making them for these prosthetics, because they like some of the stuff I'm sure they can just reattach, but a lot of it is just blending, doing these makeups and things, right?
True.
They mentioned in the one, I think it's season 3. They talked about Osira, the the Orion, kind of mob boss of the Emerald Chain Crime Syndicate. And where was it? Yeah, they kind of use that as an example of how far kind of the makeup and prosthetic effects have come in recent years. Something that would seemingly seem simple, as an Orion, they kind of have, there's a lot more that goes into them than just painting a lady green, right? They wanted them to feel more alien, so they wanted to make sure that they weren't just people painted green. Um, they said she was deceptively difficult. They continued to rework the makeup, and just try to make it a little bit better with every application. It's He kind of goes into detail and talks about how if you're talking to me and your face wrinkles, I don't look at your face and your face wrinkling. We just know that our face wrinkles. But as soon as you put this translucent silicone and these emerald greens, and you get that alien look when someone's moving with any of our creatures, you start to really notice when the makeup is wrinkling. And so to try to figure out all these depths and thicknesses and frequency as the actor moves their muscles through the prosthetic, trying to control the frequency so it translates perfectly for a screen, is a process. On film, you used to have a year to figure it out, and they kind of have to jam all that into a couple weeks for the show.
Right.
There was also another interview that the makeup team did at the Pally Center. He kind of once again says he's very hardcore, Star Trek fan to the point where I guess producers didn't appreciate a lot of his attention to detail sometimes on some stuff. They talk about new scripts, and you get really deep into canon, especially with, I guess, Klingon history. And I guess he really kind of enjoyed working on the Klingons. He mentions that they're trying to make Klingons more of a real species because, growing up on all these different planets under the Empire, you have, in kind of comparison to look how much, different cultures on Earth from just growing up on different continents, how different they look from one another, and kind of makes that comparison of, what if they're just growing up on different planets, how different would members of the same species look then.
Right.
How many different foods and architecture designs, that they'd have varied from group to group. And so I think that's kind of where they went with that different look with the Klingons initially. They also did end up talking about Irem, which I think, or Arium. Is it Irem or Arium? I always forget.
Oh, you know what? I think it is Arium.
Arium, yeah. So she started with a concept design, but then all of, like, the hard surfacing is actually like 3D modeled and 3D printed. And the rest of the kind of face stuff is silicone. Some of the challenges were being able to give her face enough life that it looked appropriate for this type of life form. She's not meant to look real human, yeah, and it needs to look very synthetic. They were trying to make sure that the edges didn't move against the hard surfaces because the whole top of her head is solid, so and so are her ears. So trying to kind of manage the joins between the different contours of her head, face. Kind of where the sort of gaps and touches, allowing her to move, but not having any wrinkling right there, or having the helmet move weirdly. It was very difficult. They also mentioned that the AV suits were another thing that they worked on, which I'm not sure which AV suits they were referring to here. Kind of makes me. I kind of hope they were talking about the sparkle pajamas they wore, but. They said it was a big collaboration on those to do the biosuit underneath. Then they designed the concept for the actual suit itself, and then we built it with our prop guys. They said they use the outside contracting as well on some of that stuff. So it's like all 3D printed first, and then we mold them and run them in thermoplastic, and all the pieces are made that way and hinged together to make the suits. Oh, yes. They do also mention that they kind of briefly talked about Pike's accident makeup. He said that was not long, maybe half an hour and a half, or no, maybe an hour and a half. The scarred parts were anyway. The makeup's from the original series, and they wanted it to feel real, but they kind of wanted to also nod to what he looked like in the original series. There was an almost identical pattern of the burn scar on the side of his head that they did a little differently to kind of harken back to the exact pattern that was used on the original actor.
Crazy.
And I guess the producer Alex Kurtzman, was very involved in this particular one, and the makeup on kind of this to kind of harken back to that TOS series. So really fun and interesting kind of dive into the stuff that we kind of, I don't want to say take for granted, but don't really think about all the little details and things that go into them sometimes.
Right.
Can I tell you a really funny story about makeup that happened
Yeah.
to me 2 weeks ago? So
Okay.
Kelsey came in while I was watching that week's episode, and Saru happened to be on the screen, and she goes, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "What is wrong with that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Saru. He's the science officer." And she's like, "I don't like him. He's scary."
That sounds like Sister.
Yeah. Awesome. Amazing. Yeah. And did she see his fingers even? That would have been even worse.
Or his ganglia.
Fucking
gosh.
gross ass fingies.
Yeah, especially when they get like the thing, like the neck spines or whatever things he shot. Those were gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, that wraps up our deep dive. And when we come back, we'll have a little potpourri from Stanford.
Welcome back. So for today's potpourri, I'm kind of working out of order here, giving Rob the week off on doing a big segment because we did the interview last week. I wanted to talk about some of the newest Star Trek media that is coming out. Although interestingly, like Chris, you were actually talking about the new Voyager game that's coming out. I did not. I was thinking more actual like non-interactive media.
Did you watch that trailer though?
I haven't had a chance to yet. No.
Oh, you should watch it.
Looks pretty good, man.
You could do this over. Do a cold response
Yeah.
to the trailer.
Do a live react.
Live react. There you are.
Oh my God! How long is it?
That's
Too long
just
for
like
that.
2-3 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay.
Live react. So, no?
Oh my God! All right, fucking. I don't even. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me get to YouTube, and then I gotta stream it. It's a whole thing.
You didn't have to write a cold open.
Oh no! I'm just gonna do this during this segment right now.
Right. That's what. No, I'm just saying you're complaining when you didn't have to do anything.
Yes, I did have to do something. I prepped the potpourri for today.
Well, now you're not doing it, so look at you.
No, yes, I am.
This
This
is
only 2 minutes. I got more shit to talk about. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Make sure I don't have any embarrassing tabs on. Oh, it's a gameplay trailer.
Yep.
In progress and subject to change. Well, I hope they don't change the Voyager because it looks correct.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
Well, watch out. There's something in the way there. Oh, God. They did an LCARS overlay. Ugh. LCARS is like one of the worst user interfaces that anyone has ever conceived of.
Honey, the Borg.
What's your favorite?
Well, you can build. Is it a cozy game?
Sure. It's got a very This War of Mine kind of feel.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Oh, look at those badass moves.
Right?
Oh, don't get that close to the Borg. What the fuck is our
I send
turret?
Neelix on all my missions.
Well, you get to pick who goes down. That's fun.
Oh, you don't micromanage the, Oh God, Tuvix! Kill him! Kill him! I'm glad you don't have to, like, micromanage the away missions.
Yeah.
If I can complain, the music's not very Voyager-y.
It was a little intense.
So that's interesting.
I'd play a Star Trek cozy game. Build me a little starship.
Right.
Decorate some quarters.
Decorate. So, bitch, you would get lost on a starship so fast.
I would get so lost.
So lost.
I think I mentioned this before, but like the Hobbit Tales from the Shire, there's little birds that show you which way to go. So it's like, it still feels like you're in the game because there are birds, but they're like, bitch, over here. And they like land on the sign and they're like, this way.
Yeah, I think the only way you would work in like that kind of thing is if you had a button that would just transport you to the room you want to go to. This is like a site-to-site transporter option.
That'd be awesome. Or if I could just decorate my own room.
So anyway, apparently a Voyager. I don't even know what kind of game would that be considered. I guess almost like a management game, like a colony management.
Yeah, resource management, definitely.
Yeah, simulation,
exploration.
Yeah. So anyway,
you know what? It's probably a grand strategy game, Stanford.
Everything is grand strategy.
Do we know when that's coming out?
Oh, didn't say a date on it.
Did it not? I was gonna say it probably said one. Okay, it doesn't look like it is on Steam at all.
I didn't see a date.
Yeah, no, it's not on Steam yet. So, or if it will be, although there are other Star Trek games on Steam. So, anyways, so the first thing I was actually going to talk about is Star Trek Con. Have either of you started listening to this?
Oh, I just downloaded the first episode.
I have not yet.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I have listened to the first episode. I have the I think there are 3 out, so I have the other 2 in like on my phone. First of all, like Star Trek audio content, I am here for. I think that there is a lot they can do in that like set in that genre. What's the term? In that medium. I think there is a lot of good storytelling they can do with Star Trek audio content. This one is so far it's fine. It's got actually George Takei and Tim Russ are reprising their characters, which is kind of fun. Which is actually an interesting little nod to a Voyager episode because like they're on the Excelsior and like in Voyager, Tim Russ, Tuvok, he like flashes back to his time on the Excelsior under Sulu as the captain. So it's kind of fun to be like, oh yeah, that's right. Tuvok was on the Excelsior. So far, there's this kind of weird, like the premise of the show is that the main like archivist kind of person wants to go to Ceti Alpha 5 to dig up like Khan's old logs, basically, and like figure out what was going on with their society because she's convinced that Khan's really not such a bad guy once you get to know him. I've only heard the one episode so far. I'm not sure how much like weird kind of whitewashing they're planning on doing of Khan and like the whole, fascist dictator thing, but time will tell. I was kind of concerned.
Like with that setup, it has to be like she learns the dark truth, right? Like
I think it will get there because I was concerned as the episode was going on, but then at the end, Khan like did some things that were like, oh, that is not good, and like it is portrayed as such. It is not like kind of offhanded. So I think I'm going to keep listening to it. Although it's one of those things where it's like I haven't had the energy because like it's a drama, so it's not it's not like a couple of guys talking about some shit. It's like serious, and I don't know. There's an emotional energy I need to have ready to listen to stuff like that. Yeah. But like the audio production's good, the voice acting is great, and so far the story's been interesting enough. And I am curious to see where it kind of goes. I would be interested in your opinion of that, Rob, once you give that a listen.
Yeah, I just bumped it up in my podcast list.
The other thing
I gotta add it to my thing.
Star Trek Con.
Con.
Con. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is brand new, Star Trek Scouts. Have either of you heard of this?
I saw like a thing, like an advertisement for it, or an announcement or something.
In association with their child company Nickelodeon, Paramount has decided to do a aimed at very young children Star Trek set of shorts on YouTube. They're 3 minutes each. So I watched them all. There are 3 out so far, and I have episode notes on them.
Oh my god. I forgot you were doing that.
Yeah, so season 1, episode 1, Star Trek Scouts defeat a soapy asteroid in space.
Sure.
So the premise is that there are these 3 kids who are in an astro defense building. Okay. In the 3rd episode, you find out that it's actually a school that they're defending, but basically they're in charge of making sure asteroids don't hit the school, which is that seems like a very important job. Why they trust 6-year-olds, I don't know.
Let's say where are their parents?
Anyways, so in the 1st episode, a soap bar asteroid is heading straight for their school from the Bathnar Nebula, which is just an incredible sentence. They use a machine to deflect the asteroids, and so they spin a wheel. And on the wheel this week are, of course, standard asteroid defense measures, a tank of water, a mac and cheese, a plate of pumpernickel toast, and a Romulan rubber ducky, right? Standard asteroid. So the wheel picks the rubber ducky first, and believe it or not, that doesn't help. Okay.
Sure.
It does not. The duck.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
They did try the mac and cheese next, but the mac and cheese won't launch out of the deflector because it turns out that a targ has shown up and is eating the mac and cheese.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So now we've got a choice. It's a critical moment. At any moment the asteroid's going to hit, they have to decide whether they're going to use the tank of water or the plate of pumpernickel toast. And they do pick the tank of water, which turns the asteroid into bubbles. The targ, because he starts playing with the bubbles, gets named Bubbles. And he is the 3rd pet because each of them now has a pet, which is incredible.
Amazing.
The other 2 pets.
So there's a cybernetic turtle that is the Vulcan's pet, and JR is the main guy. He's got a dog. Yeah, Zips. Sure. Zips is the name of the dog.
Generic white guy gets the dog. Got it.
Yeah. Their tagline is "Discover, Grow, and Boldly Go," which is it's not bad. It's actually not bad.
Yeah,
it sounds like a daycare. That would be up on the sign outside.
Right? In episode 2, the Star Trek Scouts smash a meatball asteroid in space.
Are they all asteroid centric? What is happening?
Yeah, they're the asteroid defense team for the school, Chris. Keep up, man. So JR's dog is Zips. The Vulcan's name is Sprocket. He has a robot arm. His turtle is named Star. Don't remember.
Vulcan's name is Sprocket?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He's very emotional. He talks with that kind of Vulcan stoicism, but he does smile and stuff because it's a kid show. But unfortunately, a meatball asteroid is heading for the school straight from the Noodle Nebula, of course. Today's deflector options are a stop sign, an RC car, a jet ski, and a fork with spaghetti already on it.
Did Blue's Clues prepare us for this sort of stress?
Oh, Kelsey would never watch this show.
Yeah.
So they first use the stop sign, but the meatball just sucks it in. It just assimilates the stop sign. And then Sprocket says, sadly, meatballs have no respect for intergalactic traffic laws, which, no notes. Great joke. Fantastic joke.
Oh, man.
So they end up using the fork, and it breaks the meatball into smaller meatballs, which saves the day. Okay.
What happened to the spaghetti that was already on the fork?
So episode 3, Star Trek scouts make fireworks in space. That's what I watched today.
Oh, wow. No asteroid this time. All right.
Well, maybe not in the title, but they're doing some martial arts with some holographic targets, which is fun. But then, oh shit, the astro alarm, and asteroid is heading straight for the school. It's a chalk asteroid from the Omega Sidewalk sector.
Maybe
right?
they should have built the school somewhere else.
So we got to spin the wheel. And today's options, again, standard stuff: a paper airplane, a slimy cat hairball, a hammer, and a box of crayons, right?
Oh, it's a cat hairball. Definitely.
They try the paper airplane. Weirdly, that doesn't work. They try the crayons, but oh my god, they can't use the crayons because Sprocket's still using them to finish drawing.
Sure.
And then they do end up using the hammer. They say the joke, "It's hammer time," which,
Of course.
Incredible. And the hammer worked a treat. And because they are, it's chalk. It is like a swirly bunch of colored chalk. That makes like fireworks as it re-enters the atmosphere, etc.
So like fun story, like MC Hammer, obviously, we remember him as the guy with the silly pants. But that dude like had like serious gang connections, like would fucking kill you. Don't know if you knew this or not. Like,
I did not know that.
yeah,
I was not specifically aware of that. No.
yeah, like to the point where like some some other rappers were trying to clown on him, and they basically got chased out of LA by his gang. Like,
Amazing.
Good for
Cool.
him.
Okay, so in all seriousness, this is a kid's show. It is silly and for kids, right? It's great. Like, it's a great little set of shorts. Hilarious, okay? So I went on to Memory Alpha, and you would not believe the discussion that is happening behind the scenes about whether or
Would
not
we?
we're going to call this show canon.
no.
Oh, interesting.
And like serious discussions over whether, like, how would we explain how a meatball is coming at these kids? Like, adults are having this conversation on the internet
Yeah.
probably today.
Dude, all I can say is I hope they fight a trash bag monster.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Now, if we were going to slot this into canon, what I will say is the entire show, the way their little clubhouse astro defense lab looks, the way the kids interact with it, I suspect that first of all, it doesn't need to be canon. It's a kid's show. Relax, everybody.
These kids could be playing pretend. They could
But-
Roseanne the whole thing at the end.
Well, yes, but actually, what it feels like is a holodeck program aimed at kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like if Math Blaster was a holodeck program. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it feels like. And it's like, if that's all you have to say. Like,
Yeah.
kids are having fun on the holodeck, saving their school from the chalk asteroid,
Because
learning things about like consequences and making
the problem
connections.
isn't like the argument isn't like should this be canon? It should be like are these children actually in charge of making sure this school doesn't get exploded by
You know
asteroids?
what's
Come
funny?
on.
You know
Come
what's
on.
funny is that among all of the discussions, which I did read, no
I'm sure
one
you did.
asked, "Hey, how come
Where are
these
their
kids are in
parents?"
charge?" Yes, exactly. Where are their parents? So, like these nerds
Oh
are
my
like
God.
having these deep canon discussions about how it's possible for a soap bar to be hurtling towards their school,
That's
but
their first
no one's
concern.
like, "Why are these 6-year-olds in charge of asteroid defense?"
Okay, so hear me out. All right. The very last episode they should inexplicably have Riker exiting a
I
holodeck
knew
program
exactly where you were going. with
and then
this.
talk to Troy about how this is helping him overcome some moral dilemma.
That would be
Oh
amazing.
my god, amazing.
Before you even started talking, I knew exactly what you were going to say.
Now, weirdly, you with the Star Trek Voyager thing, you accidentally scooped me on something I wanted to do to end this segment. Because you are both aware of the short treks concept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I Hold on one second. Let me get it ready. Okay. God damn it, YouTube, stop being a dick. Okay. While reading this discussion, someone on there said, well, obviously this shit isn't canon. And everyone's like, why isn't it canon? And he's like, we should treat it like we treat very short treks. And I was like, what is that? Have either of you heard of this?
Yeah.
I have
The very short treks?
no.
Buckle up and watch my stream.
Oh my god.
And Mariah, make sure you can see this too. It's
I'm
actually pretty good. And like,
pulling this.
So have neither of you watched these before?
I watched a couple of these. This is the first time I'd ever seen them. Was like last week.
Oh, okay.
Are
Yeah,
you ready, Chris?
There's a very
Yep.
heated discussion on the subreddit about
Sure there
about very short treks. There are some strong opinions.
Oh damn, that's some quality animation.
Yes, they are. I think they are all done in the format of like TAS, like Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Captain, our weapons are disabled and our shields
Yes,
are down.
that is Ethan
I have a
Peck.
way to get us out of here.
Sure.
How? Our warp and impulse drives are also offline.
Well, my Vulcan friend, you will soon learn
Who the
there's
fuck
more
is
than
that?
one way to skin a cat.
It's a stand-up comedian.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Maress. I didn't mean to offend you.
Do your people
Oh wait, is that
steal
what's his face?
I don't know where it came from. Maybe pioneers?
Pete
it's
something?
just a figure of speech. I've never done it. I wouldn't do it.
Who are you asking?
If I say there is
Uh,
more
the-
than
the
one
stand- is
way
that
to
Pete something or other?
disembowel a
What's his
human.
Now is not the time to argue this. We have
Pete
bigger fish
Holmes,
to
yep.
fry.
Pete Holmes, yeah.
I'm not good with names, but yes.
Ensign, please, don't get your knickers in a twist.
How dare you?
What?
We Nickersonians are a proud species who serve the Federation with honor. You'll forgive me if I decline to be in a twist.
I am so sorry.
I should report this to HR.
Captain, might I suggest avoiding figures of speech? until you're safe?
Stop it.
All right, everyone, I'm sorry, okay? It's important that the Federation make all feel welcome, and I apologize. I'm a dumbass. I screwed up. What? Asses are dumb to you?
Screws are synonymous with making mistakes? I have a perfect record, Captain.
Okay, I've never seen you two before. What do you even do?
We handle water pressure.
Did you just move your desk here?
You're asking if I just move this big metal console onto the bridge?
It's just that I haven't seen you before, and water pressure, just to me, seems like it could be in a lower deck.
You were saying?
Fine.
Captain, the hull is breached. The next shot will finish us.
Well, what do you want me to do about it? Every time I say something, it seems to conjure someone up out of the ether to be offended about it. Spock, that's it. There's more than one way to decapitate a human woman. Who knows how to get us out of this situation? And also, this human woman, she loves me. She loves me for me. She doesn't tease me because I always eat chicken fingers and mac and cheese by saying, ooh, that's kids' food, because grown-ups can enjoy it too. And also she likes the board game Risk. And she lets me have Australia because maybe I don't need to rule the whole world. Maybe I'm just happy with Australia. And I don't see what's wrong with that. You're allowed to do peace treaties. The game allows it. And someone who doesn't need to go clubbing at 10 forward on a Friday night, but is happy to just hang out in my quarters, watching old game shows. The comfort of the music and the color palette and the boop, 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 boop.
How dare you be the man I've always dreamed of? Now, here's the plan to get out of here. Divert the power.
Will you marry me?
Sure.
So when I first watched this, as soon as the ass guy showed up, I was laughing so fucking hard that Liam, who is in school behind me, goes, "Are you okay?"
The knickers was what got me first.
Yeah.
That was good shit. Oh man.
Oh man. So yeah. So apparently there's
So wait,
like
there's
I don't know,
argument. There's argument that this should be canon. What?
is that the argument, Rob?
Well, so it's a mix of that, and some people really hate these. Like, really hate them.
Oh, what's to hate? It's a stupid little video. It's funny. Shut up.
Now
I don't know. It's probably the same people that complain about lower decks.
there is no argument about whether or not these are canon on the Memory Alpha wiki because these have been explicitly stated by whoever's in charge of these things, like in the Star Trek organization, that they are not canon. They are just fun little skits, basically. So Memory Alpha does not have confusion as to whether, but a similar, I don't even know if press release is the right word. That seems a little dramatic, but a similar statement has not come forward about Star Trek Scouts. And that's what people on the Memory Alpha page are like, we should treat it like very short decks. And everyone else is like, no, because they didn't tell us it wasn't canon like they did with very short decks. It's very funny. It's very funny.
That's silly.
Oh man, so that's what's happening today. Although these are like 2 years old, apparently. I never heard of them until I accidentally stumbled upon them. Probably because I don't hang out on the Star Trek subreddit because that place is a fucking cesspool. Anyways,
You mean
that
Reddit?
yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like a fun cesspool sometimes.
Yeah, I like it.
Every time y'all link me something out of Reddit, it makes me fucking
I
mad.
am Batman sucker.
Honestly, I like the Star Trek subreddit. It's pretty good. Like, they're the weird, like, Enterprise apologists, but everyone else is fine.
Oh my god. Sorry.
I am a Batman sucker. Okay, so that'll do us for this week. Like we said at the top of the bottom, give us a rate, give us a review, give us 5 stars. We are 5-star people. If you like what you hear, tell your friends. If you don't like what you hear, lie to them. Otherwise, we will catch you all next week.
Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.